I'm feeling creative, y'all. Welcome back to the kitchen. Tonight we're gonna make barbecue meatloaf muffins. All right, to make the meatloaf muffins, 2 pounds of ground meat. I've got deer meat. It has been salted. It has been soaking in mustard. If you missed that video, go look for it. There's a short here that'll show you what to do with your deer meat to get to tenderize it and kind of tame the flavor just a bit. All right, first we want to get the garlic and the habanero all mashed up together. And I mean, if you're really sensitive to peppers, use a sweet pepper and not one of the hottest peppers in the world that I grow here. Like I grew these a week ago, and I've had them in brine in the refrigerator. I make hot sauce. If you're using one of the hottest peppers in the world, or you just want to reduce the heat to a normal tolerable amount, cut these seeds out and cut that little bit of membrane out. Think of taking the seeds out as a medium hot and taking the whole membrane out as medium. So I want a medium hot, so I'm going to take the seeds out and leave the membrane. I'm going to show you something. This is the hottest part of the pepper. It's not this. These little membranes, these little veins here, the ribs, that's where all the heat comes from. We're going to put the garlic in. All right, if you're using your goose egg, make sure you do this. Do not skip this step. If you're using a goose egg or a duck egg, you can hand beat a regular chicken egg, but look, I want to show you something. Look, watch this. I cannot one hand a goose egg. Look at that. Uh-oh. Look how thick and fat that yolk is. Look at that. That is a goose egg, y'all. Have you ever cooked with goose eggs? Let me know down in the comments. All right, we're going to put this in the bullet. Now we want to make sure we don't want to puree the hobbies or the garlic. We just want to chop them up real good. So, and by also mixing it with the egg, that's going to help them keep from clustering together. You don't want a whole pocket of habanero or garlic. Next, we mix. Not much salt. Like, if you're using deer meat, you've probably already soaked it in salt, so you don't want to over salt. This is like a tablespoon, half a tablespoon. That's all we're gonna need. If you have kosher salt, use the kosher salt. It works lots better with cooking than table salt. Okay, now we're gonna put in the oatmeal and our egg, pepper, garlic mix. Oh, the garlic did not mix. We're gonna have to run it through again. Okay, we got everything in. I finally got the garlic chopped up. That was some of the toughest garlic I've ever seen. All right, now there is a reason behind this. I've tried this with and without the bullet and the goose egg, and it works best with. Like, without it, there were pockets of yolk and pockets of white, and that it was, I mean, it tasted fine. It was just kind of weird, you know. And so the next time I made it, I put it through the bullet and had a lot better results. My meatloaf held together a lot better. If you've ever tried to cook meatloaf with deer meat, you already know it doesn't have a lot of fat and it doesn't hold together very well. You have to take special steps. The goose egg is the best way I have found yet, and I use oatmeal instead of breadcrumbs. Number one, I don't want all that starch. Oatmeal has got some fiber, you know, it's good for you and stuff. And I try to stay away from as much bleached flour as I can, just for my health. And it seems to carry the flavor through. Like, you're not gonna run into like spongy pockets and then a whole bunch of spices stuck to, you know, a little crumb of like stovetop or whatever you've used, croutons, whatever. You know, sometimes they can get like extra spicy for some reason, and you just get an explosion of too much in your mouth all at one time. And you don't have so much of that with the oatmeal. It just seems to hold it together better and hold a better texture when it's done. All right, you just want to make sure you get it good and mixed up in here, and don't be afraid to get your hands in it. You know, that's cooking. Cooking is messy. I say this all the time. Good cooking is messy, and sometimes you just gotta get your hands in it. If it really bothers you, get some gloves. I don't have a properly functioning short-term memory, so I forget lots of things, including gloves, and my hands are tingling from the peppers. So yeah, I'm gonna be paying for this the rest of the night, more than likely, but you get the idea. Next, we're gonna fill our muffin cups. I like to throw stuff around. I like to use these just because they're easier for storage, and like I'll keep like 6 of these out and put 6 in the freezer. Okay, once you get all of your liners in there, it's something I have learned the hard way. Like, cooking's messy, and sometimes, you know, stuff get spread just a tiny bit of oil on the pan, and it'll clean up later. I probably should have done this the other way, but I got that ADHD, and I do some backwards sometimes. Okay, the next thing, okay, you're going to want to ball it up, not too big, like a small hamburger. Got that much. Just drop it in your little cup. I got this one a little bit too full, but that'll be okay. It'll be fun. You don't want to get it up past the top. It gets real nasty when you do that, because we still got to put barbecue sauce on this, and that'll just make a nasty mess, and it's gross and stuff. Don't do it. Okay, we're just gonna put them in there. Okay, I've got the meatloaf cups full. Now that's, I'm gonna have some, you're gonna have it left. Like, this is 2 pounds, and sometimes I'll get out my handy dandy little loaf pans. These little loaves are great for sandwich cut. So we're gonna cook this for 1 hour, covered in foil at 375 degrees. I want to show you something about the foil. I've mentioned this in other videos too. Anytime you're using foil in baking, spray the dull side. It'll keep it from sticking, and always, 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 always shiny side out. Okay, we are at the 30-minute mark. So pull the foil off. These are not done, but they're close. We want the inside to cook first, but now we're ready for the rest of it to cook. So now we put our favorite barbecue sauce in the top of the cup. This is my favorite right here. This is Allegro. I actually used to work there. You want to put a generous cover of barbecue sauce on these, because the extra is going to run off the top. As soon as this gets hot, like, it loosens up, and it's going to run down into it and then into the meat. There we go. Look at there, yo. Look at that. I ain't tasting pretty stuff. Okay, we're going to put it back in the oven for the rest of the 30 minutes without the foil. So it's been a total of an hour. Look at that. Look at there. Woohoo! That's going to be so good. Oh, yeah. Let them rest. Don't try to eat them immediately. Let them rest 10 or 15 minutes. Trust me on this. It's going to be a whole lot better in about 10, 15 minutes. All right, y'all. Moment of truth here. That easy. Right out. Oh my God. This is so good. Y'all. I have been thinking about this video for several days now, and really looking forward to this. I'm not disappointed. I've done well for myself. This is like a love letter to myself. There's not overly much heat. It's a good medium. Maybe some people might consider this medium hot. Like, I've had Thai food that's hotter than this. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for getting creative with me in the kitchen. My hands are still tingling. If you have enjoyed this, if you want to see more about cooking deer meat and using different ingredients like goose eggs, then absolutely subscribe to the channel, because I got so much planned. So stick around if you want to find out more and learn more about how to really treat yourself without cheating yourself. Thank you for watching. I love you. Good night.